you have to start seeing everything in your life as working in your favor. So even if a bad thing happened, you need to look at that and say, this is happening for me. And this is not something I'm sitting here and saying to you guys that I'm perfect at, because I'm not perfect at it. But as I go through life, I've learned that this is actually how you're supposed to be. When you look at negative, the negative magnifies. When you look at positive, the positive magnifies. And you need to look at your life, see what you don't like, and look at it in a new perspective and say, how is this thing going to help me? You have to be able to extract the positive out of a bad situation, because the way the universe works, okay, is it magnifies everything that goes on in your mind. Everything you think, you're going to see more of it. That's why you could be thinking of someone for a couple of minutes or talking about someone and they might call you, or you might see them when you think you're going to see them. It's a universal law in a sense where what you think about, you start to see more of. I don't want to go too deep into law of attraction and stuff like that, or like metaphysics, even though that is one of my favorite topics. I can probably talk about that in another video, but I just want to say, you have to start looking at the good in your life. And I truly believe in the depths of my soul that every single day is supposed to be enjoyed. I don't think there's such thing as a bad day unless you claim it as a bad day. You are the operant power, and I personally believe that everything you say goes because you have God within you, okay? And I don't believe God is in the sky. I don't believe God is anywhere else but inside of you, okay? When you look at yourself, you see God. You are the image of God. So I want you to wake up in the morning and choose to have a great day. I want you to wake up in the morning and maybe you see that there's a storm in your life. Maybe you see that there's things in your life that you don't like how they're going. But you, as the operant power, as the person who has control to change it, looks at that situation and says, do you know what? I'm going to reframe how I see this, and I'm going to see it as working in my favor and not against me. I've had a long time off of TikTok for many different reasons. There's been some negative thoughts, there's been some positive thoughts, but if there's anything I've learnt off my time on TikTok, it's that you really do create your reality, and the things that happen in your life are literally mirroring your thought patterns. So if you have something bad happening in your life, see it as a good thing. I'm trying to give the best example, but say you have people around you that drain your energy, or you have people around you that you don't like, or you just don't vibe with them on an energetic level, right? You need to see that as God giving you information about your likes and dislikes. So if there's someone around you that you don't like, or there's someone around you that you feel is not your type of person, that's good. You didn't get along with them, good. You're being informed. It's a positive thing. This is what I mean when I say you have to look at a situation and switch it around from being, I don't like this, my life is rubbish, all of these things topping on top of each other, and change it to, do you know what? This is informing me. This is helping me to let me know what I do like and I don't like. Yeah. What else do I want to yap on about? Make every day beautiful. Understand that the things in this life are not things you must rely on, like money, beauty, clothes, shoes, getting your nails done. These are all tools that you must use to remind yourself of who you are, which is God within. You need to understand that when you rely on these tools, you make them your God. When you rely on things like physical things like clothes or whatever, you're making them your God. But if you see them as tools to remind you of who you already are inside, because you already are whole without these things, then you're going to have a very beautiful life. So I think your goal in life every single day should be to make it the best day of your life. I have posted a few things on my threads recently because I've really been in like reflective, after not being on TikTok scroll mode for a while. I've been in a very reflective mood. I've been able to articulate my thoughts and creativity better through being able to read more books and stuff like that. And I've learned that, damn, I went off on a tangent again. I'm trying to remember what I said. I've learned that you have to see every day as a gift. You have to wake up and see every day as a gift. It's not something that you're upset about, where you look in the sky, in the ceiling, in your bed, and you're like, oh, another day. You're supposed to leap out of bed and say, oh, another day. Like, it's literally a gift. And I woke up this morning and I said, wow, I woke up as a human being again. The beauty really is in the small things, and I just want to get you to understand, like, if you're ever in a negative mindset or you ever feel like nothing in your life is working, I want you to start looking at the beautiful things. And I'm talking about the most simplest beautiful things. Things like a tree, a flower, something that just looks so beautiful that is there for you, that you didn't have to work for. Look at the beauty around you, and the beauty will start to magnify more in your life when you do that. That's something I've been doing recently. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's something that is gonna happen overnight, because we have been conditioned for many years to be negative. We've been conditioned for many years to look at the negatives and the dark side. But I want to challenge you to make every day the best day of your life by looking at the bright side. And when you see things that are negative in your life, when you have to be around people that you don't like, or environments or energies that you don't like, I want you in your power to extract the positive from it. And this is nothing to do with toxic positivity. This is nothing to do with ignoring the negative. No, this is to do with alchemizing the things in your life that are dark, that are negative, and using your God power inside of you to turn it into light. That is exactly what you're here to do every single day. You need to be the light. You need to be, what's that saying that I saw when I was walking past a restaurant? I was walking past a restaurant one time, and it said, in neon pink lights, it said, be the change you want to see in the world. And we all hear this saying, like many sayings we hear and ignore, but I challenge you to actually take this in. Be the change you want to see in the world, because you're waiting for a change to happen in your life, but maybe your life is waiting for you to do the changing. You want changes in the world? Be the change, and watch everything around you start to just grow and change. But that's the journey I'm on right now anyway, so I'm trying to see the brighter side of life, because I know if I see the bright side of life, then I will start attracting more brighter things to myself. You have to look at your life and realize everything you have in your life, most things, are things that you've kind of attracted if it's negative, because you can always look at a negative situation, as I just said, and see the positive in it and attract more positive. I'm kind of rambling on. This was not a planned video, but I've come to a point in my life where I'm not forcing anything. I believe in flow, and I don't believe in force. I believe in pressure. You know, you can be put under pressure, like diamonds under pressure. A rock under pressure turns into a diamond, whatever. But I don't believe in force anymore. I don't believe in trying to appear a certain way or look a certain way. So this is why I just whipped out my camera and said, let me just film this video. And be. My new motto in life is just be, you know, just be. Be a human being, okay? Play your role as a human being and just be. The last thing I wanted to touch on is, please don't spend your days locked away in your house. And this is something that I am teaching you based on my own experiences. I personally believe you need to explore. You need to have your energy shared with the world, because there's no one like you, and there's only one you in this world. You might have a twin, you might have siblings, you might have people that are similar to you, but there's no one like you in this world. And we need you to go out in the world and allow people to experience your aura, your beauty, your personality, your mold of God, because we are all God in different expressions. So we need people to experience you. So I want you to go out and enjoy your life. I don't want you to look back when you're older and say, where did all the time go? All I did was, you know, sit down miserable, not being in the present moment, thinking about my future, thinking about my past. Just go out, do things. The more you go out and do things, you're going to find more things to do, even if you have to do it alone, whether you have people around you or not. Please just enjoy your life and make it an effort. Make an effort every single day, no matter how small. My efforts are so small. Like, I bought myself this robe because I realised I want to feel beautiful when getting ready in the morning. So I bought myself this robe, and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to add little things to my life, not to rely on them, but to use them as tools to remind me of what I already have inside of me, which is beauty, love, courage, all of these things. So do small things every day to make your life beautiful, and I promise you, you're going to see way more beauty in your life. And the more you put attention on beauty, you're going to stop seeing the ugliness. You're going to stop seeing the parts that are dark, okay? And even when you do see the parts that are dark, because you have so much beauty inside of you and love and light, the darkness is never going to be able to get you. But remember, the darkness is not against you. Light and dark, in my opinion, they coexist together. So the darkness is not against you. It's not, oh, this is dark, so it's bad. No. I think darkness is there to teach you about yourself. It's there to teach you about your shadow side. So overall, embrace every day. Make beauty in every day, even if it's small, even if it's 2 minutes of beauty. And I promise you, it's going to magnify. If you live a life you hate, create a life that is beautiful, no matter what. I love you guys so much. And thank you for those of you that are still here watching me. I love you guys. And thank you for following me on my journey of trying to figure life out whilst also being present within it.